Before you trade in your keys for a 2025 Lexus GX550, you might be surprised about the 3 things that owners wish they'd known beforehand. There are things we overlook when we're focused on how it feels driving it for the first time, or what the car looks like on the showroom floor. But once you're driving the vehicles for a few months, you realize it might not be comfortable or that it needs frequent maintenance. Luckily, in this video, we'll show you 3 things about the 2025 Lexus GX550 that you don't notice right away, so you won't have to experience any surprises down the road. So stay tuned, because at the end of this video, you'll also learn about that one thing that even longtime owners don't realize about the vehicle. The Lexus GX550 is shown as a 7-seater. You would expect 7 people to be able to sit comfortably inside the vehicle, but the reality is different. Imagine happily driving home with a new car, all excited to show the whole family, only to realize that not everyone might be able to fit inside if you plan to go on vacation. It feels like a scam, doesn't it? That's exactly why the almost non-existent third row is what many owners wish they knew sooner. When inside a vehicle, the third row is cramped for adults, but that's not all, because it may also be the same case even for children. It won't be a comfortable ride for the whole family after all. Not many drivers realize this, because the focus is often on the driving experience and front and second rows. With a simple glance, it's obvious that the first 2 rows offer enough space, so you wouldn't think that the third row would be as cramped as it is. Those who have bought the 2025 Lexus GX550 wish that they've known sooner that the third row is barely functional. Sure, there's a good feature in the third row because the seats could be electronically folded, but it's not enough of a compensation for the lack of space. The cramped area is not ideal and may be frustrating if you're planning on having long trips, but even short trips with mostly adults as passengers may prove to be uncomfortable. This kind of limitation is not something you realize right away, because who actually tests the third row upon choosing a vehicle, right? But it's something that may become a significant issue once you use the car regularly. In fact, what many may not seem to know before buying the Lexus GX550 is that it prioritizes its driving capabilities instead of its interior space, which is very obvious with the limited third row and cargo space. Don't even bother bringing a lot of stuff with you if this is the vehicle you have. It just won't fit. If you're looking for an SUV that's comfortable for the whole family, you may be disappointed in the 2025 Lexus GX550 in the long run. Although it does the job, it's not the best pick when it comes to talks about space. The 2025 Volvo XC90 and the 2025 BMW X7 are both luxury SUVs that can offer more spacious third-row seating if it is one of your biggest concerns. Road trips are all the fun. You get to listen to your favorite music, take in the scenery in front of you, and just relax. It's all fun until you have to stop every few hours to refuel. It's annoying and shouldn't be what your road trips are all about. But what if you're in the middle of nowhere and your fuel light starts flashing? Now, it's not so fun anymore, is it? The 2025 Lexus GX550, although boasting a powerful twin-turbo V6 engine, is not the most fuel-efficient vehicle, and not many owners notice at first. The Lexus GX550 only has a small 21-gallon tank. There's nothing wrong with that, but the vehicle is fuel-hungry, so you find yourself dropping at gas stations more often than you thought. Not only is it such a hassle because it cuts your trip, but it also increases your fuel costs. It's easy to be blinded by the strong and smooth performance of its engine because it's fun to drive it on both paved roads and off-road terrains. But don't be fooled, in order for you to really enjoy driving it, well, your drive shouldn't be constantly disturbed by the need to refuel. If you're only looking at the vehicle before buying it and even while test driving it, this issue is not noticeable. Test drives do not involve long drives, so it's nearly impossible to observe this about the car. This is why many drivers regret buying the car, because they didn't know beforehand that its fuel economy is terrible. The small 21-gallon fuel tank that the car has means that you won't get to drive long distances, which brings us to the next thing that many drivers wish they knew before buying the Lexus GX550. Limited range. Your car can take you on adventures, which are supposed to be spontaneous and carefree, but with the Lexus GX550, you'll have to plan them carefully. You have to be careful not to go into any remote areas far away from any gas station. It sounds very inconvenient, right? Because it is. Many drivers wish they knew sooner that the 2025 Lexus GX550 isn't the kind of car you should get if you want to go on an adventure. The small fuel tank of the Lexus GX550 makes the range of your drives limited. There are places you'd be weary to go to just because you're worried about your fuel. This is one thing that many buyers of the GX550 don't realize right away. They wish they had known sooner that this vehicle wouldn't allow them to enjoy the smooth performance it has because they won't be able to get too far away anyway. Its features are counterproductive. At best, you can get around a 370-mile range from the vehicle, which is way less than other luxury SUVs of the same or cheaper price. For those who prioritize adventure and long road trips, vehicles like the Toyota Land Cruiser or Land Rover Defender might offer better options due to their larger fuel tanks and potentially better fuel efficiency. This also means that you'll have more range, which doesn't limit where and how long you can enjoy your smooth driving experience. Now that you know the 3 things people wish they knew before they bought the 2025 Lexus GX550, you're more interested about what to expect from this vehicle. It's time for you to know the one thing even longtime owners don't realize about the car right away. It takes some owners an extended amount of time to realize that what they bought may not be as comfortable and reliable as they expect. If you're buying a luxury car, you wouldn't want to feel like you're in a truck, right? There is a reason you're buying a luxury car, after all. You're after the refined driving experience and prestige that comes with it, but that doesn't seem to be what you're getting from a 2025 Lexus GX550, which is advertised as a luxury car. Owners of the Lexus GX550 don't realize this issue right away because there's nothing really wrong with a driving experience that feels truck-like. But it shouldn't be something you experience from a vehicle like the GX550. While the Lexus GX550 is praised for its off-road capabilities and luxurious features, some owners have reported issues that take away from its overall comfort and reliability. For instance, some have experienced humming or droning noises, vibrating suspension, and even hood flutter, which can be unsettling and not typical of luxury vehicles. Some owners have even talked about how it doesn't feel as polished as they originally expected, especially given the significant price increase it has from older models. Many owners think that the Lexus GX550 is very capable on the road, but they'd wish that they had known it wouldn't be up to par with the price tag it has. It seems like the 2025 Lexus GX550 focused more on its capabilities rather than the on-road feel and comfortability. It can still be a proper car for you if your priority is towing capacity and a smooth engine, but it's important to keep in mind what people find out after they use the vehicle for some time, so you can avoid anything that may surprise you down the road. Do you want to learn more about the different vehicles before buying them? Well then, check out the video on the screen now.